Good morning, good afternoon, everybody. Thank you so much for joining us today. Man, this year is flying by. We are already to September, so we have your September Microsoft Monthly Update coming your way today. All right, quick agenda. We're going to go through some intros really quick. We've got program updates. We're going to talk about a Copilot rewards program. We're going to talk about Azure Kickstart, Pax8 Marketplace, and then we have a special vendor guest from Office at Work. So excited for today's session. Let's see. Here's your presenters today. Now, this is all from your Pax8 side. If I've not had the pleasure of meeting you, I'm Kristen Fehrenbach. I'm the Senior Director of Microsoft Go-to-Market here at Pax8. You're going to hear from Program Specialist here. We've got Ashley Moretti. She's going to go through all things Microsoft programs. We'll hand it over to Caleb to cover Azure Kickstart. And then Miguel is joining us, and we're going to go through our Pax8 Marketplace, which I know everybody's excited for. Our special guest of the day is Martin from Office at Work, so we're really excited to hear from him at the very end today. But with a jam-packed session, I am ready to hand this over to Ashley because we have lots of information coming your way today.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everybody. My name is Ashley Moretti. I am the Senior Director of Microsoft Programs here at Pax8, bringing you everything you need to know in the program space so you can focus on just driving your business and let your Microsoft membership just keep on moving along. Yeah, let's get right on into it. Just a reminder, there's a lot of information here if you have joined us before. If this is your first time, welcome. Don't let this section intimidate you. Please feel free to grab some screenshots if you feel like I'm going too fast. But always remember that this information is available in Academy for you after the event. And as well, we'll talk about what will be included in the newsletters that we have written. So I'll get to that when I come to a topic that will be included, which is mostly everything. But we're going to start off with some MAIPP updates. So that's your Microsoft AI Cloud Partner Program membership. Microsoft earlier this month released some new announcements. So there is also a blog on all of this information. So Bandit behind the scenes, if you don't mind dropping the blog link in, that would be great. So partners have a way to reference this as well. But there's going to be some changes coming January of next year. What does that mean for you? Well, Action Pack and Silver and Gold will be going end of life, meaning you can no longer renew either of those programs after January 22nd, 2025. So just a few short months away. And so if you have Silver or Gold or an Action Pack, what do you do, right? How do you still get access to those membership offerings like your internal use right licensing as well as your incentives and rebates? Well, there are some new programs that have launched, and we'll talk about those on the next slide. But if you were on Action Pack, you can now transfer over to what's called the Partner Success memberships. Very similar to Action Pack, give you a lot of those same benefits and then some extended benefits as well. And then if you are on Legacy Silver and Gold and you want to keep renewing incentives and rebates and be able to have those offerings, then you'll want to start considering moving to a Solutions Partner designation. But with the expansion into the Partner Success program, you'll get additional IUR offerings, and those will also be extended over into Solution Partner designations as well. So we'll get into a slide that kind of goes over what is added into each of the packages. However, if you're already ahead and looking at that middle box, you can see Copilot products are being added. We are so excited. This is based on feedback that you've given us and given to Microsoft directly around, in order for you to sell Copilot, you need to know how to use Copilot and be able to speak to it. And we know it's very expensive. And so being on a Partner Success Benefits program or moving into a Solutions Partner designation will give you access to Copilot along some other additional products. And then again, we've already talked about FY25 going beyond, but starting January 22nd, you can no longer renew that silver or gold benefits program, and you'll get your incentives and rebates until September 30th, but then after that, you'll need to be on a solutions partner designation to continue to earn those benefits. All right, so I went through kind of some dates really quickly. So here it is in a different format if you like a more linear timeline. But again, August 6th was the announcement that Microsoft said everything is changing come January. January 21st is the last date of purchase. So come January 22nd, we'll be transitioning to the new plan. And then September 30th is the last day for incentives and rebates with partners who are on silver or gold. And then you'll have to be on a solutions partner designation. Again, make sure to check out that blog. It will be very helpful for you to remember this. And again, this information is in Academy as well. Okay, so we can see here kind of what is the transition between benefits from FY24 to FY25. And so again, the partner launch kits, that's partner launch benefits, partner success core, and partner success expanded. Those are all going to replace your action pack. They do not earn incentives and rebates, but they do give you the opportunity to have IURs, and the expanded benefits pack will come with Copilot. And then your solutions partner designation. And if you actually have a specialization as well, those will also get you Copilot come January 25. And the nice thing about this is that if you are on a partner success kit or a solution partner designation or specialization, you will automatically get all of the new benefits that have been added on January 22nd. So you do not need to wait till your renewal to get access to the new offerings that are included, including Copilot. You'll get those on day one. And then again, these are kind of just the breakdown of what is being added to each of the partner benefits packages. So again, these will replace Action Pack. They are available today, actually. So if you want to migrate early, you can. They're there for you. But if you do have your Action Pack and it hasn't expired yet, make the move when that's up, so that way you can use your money wisely. But again, if you want Copilot for M365 sales and finance and service, make sure you move to the expanded benefits if you're on an action pack. What is limited Copilot? I see a question in the chat. Limited Copilot means you'll get a limited number of licenses. So you won't, if you need additional licenses beyond what is provided, you'll have to purchase those, but you'll just get a limited number of them. But great question. Full functionality, right? Not limited in features and functionality, just limited in the number that you are able to activate. And then if you are moving to a solutions partner designation or you have one today, and same with a specialization, again, you'll get all of the items that are on here. So again, Copilot is the biggest one that everybody is interested in, and we are just really excited to announce that it is coming. So again, these are all the internal use right licensing that you will get with either one of these offerings. Okay, so the next question I usually get when I talk about the Microsoft Cloud Partner Program and moving to a solutions partner designation is there's a lot of training required and a skilling up, and it can become costly to send my employees to a certification course. And so one, I just want to talk about Microsoft Virtual Training Days. If you're not aware of these are free training and certification events to build your technical skills. There's a variety of offerings here. So you can see I just have the kind of core topics filtered in my screenshot, but go check out events.microsoft.com. There are a ton of different offerings. There's fundamentals, there's advanced skilling. They're offered in many different languages, as you can see here on the screen. And then if you are preparing to activate Copilot, because maybe you'd be on a a partner expanded benefits package or moving to a solutions partner designation, you'll get that. How do you train your teams in Copilot? Well, there's also a virtual training day option for Copilot as well. So I wanted to point that out, right? It's not just certification pass. These are learn, trainer pass as well. And these are free and a great resource no matter what your Microsoft partner membership level is. Take advantage of it because it is a really great offering, especially if you don't have the budget or the resources to send individuals to a third-party training provider. All right, we'll move on. But again, just check these out. These are super cool. And they're one of my favorite features that Microsoft has that is available to all partners. All right, so next, Microsoft and Office 365 changes. This is for enterprise products. So before I jump into this, business products and F1 products are not impacted. So your business products are your basic, standard, premium. Your F1 is those frontline worker SKUs. So if you don't sell those, or if you don't sell enterprise and you're on just business only, then no, again, this doesn't impact you. But if you do sell enterprise, so that's your E1, E3, E5 products, or A1, A3, A5, right? The 1s, 3, and 5. This will impact you. So last year in October for the European region only, Microsoft announced a new lineup which will debundle or decouple teams from the Microsoft 365 and Office 365 enterprise products. They then rolled that out globally in April of this year. And so they've said, right, we're going to be end of selling the combined products and everything will be a separated offer, meaning you have to purchase teams outside or in addition to your enterprise offerings for your M365 based products. Starting in just a couple weeks, Microsoft is going to be enforcing and the sale of this, and meaning that everything will have to be decoupled going forward. So if you do sell M365 or Office 365 enterprise SKUs, so again, that's your 1, 3, and 5s, besides frontline, you will have to purchase teams separately going forward. If you have an existing subscription that is provisioned before October 1st, then you will be grandfathered in and your renewals will allow to happen with the teams bundled in as one product. And you can make your quantity increases as well if you need to, but any new subscription going forward, you will have to purchase teams separately. Again, business and F1 SKUs are not impacted. So if you are solely selling those, then this does not apply to you. But a lot of you guys are in a mix of the enterprise SKUs and the business SKUs just due to the security features that come when you upgrade into the enterprise level products. I've been talking about this one for a while, but public sector for NCE, we end of saled those products, rather should I say Microsoft end of saled those products, so you were no longer allowed to sell legacy to your public sector customers as of August 1st, so just a little bit over a month ago, which means any new subscription has to be on the New Commerce Experience platform. In our marketplace, you'll be able to see what the New Commerce Experience products are because they're the only ones in there for net new subscriptions. So we make it really easy for you. And then the Microsoft-led transition kicked off on September 1st, so just a few days ago, meaning that if you have anything that is still on the legacy platform, it will be transitioned by Microsoft to New Commerce Experience at its renewal date. Now, when Microsoft moves these subscriptions to New Commerce Experience on its renewal date, they will automatically put you on an annual commitment. And we know public sector really likes the flexibility just due to the nature of the segment. That's your education, government, and nonprofit licensing. They like to be on month to month. They like to be flexible. So make sure if you do have legacy subscriptions, you're moving those to New Commerce Experience yourself. In our platform, If you edit the subscription, it will actually provide you the upgrade path with just a few clicks, so you don't even have to go find the SKU. We'll map it for you, and you can migrate with just a few clicks and be able to pick your subscription commitment and billing terms, which will give you that month to month. And then there are some promotions that are also available for you guys to try out. New commerce experience month to month at the annual rate. That's running through December, so go ahead and check those out as well. I see we have a few questions in the chat, so let me just review those real quick. If there's so back onto the teams slide, so I'll go back. This is a great question. So if there's an existing subscription, can we add quantities to sub with the new debundled model? So if you have an existing subscription and you add quantities, so you increase and you go up, you'll get the bundled offering. So you'll be grandfathered in. It's only for when you purchase a net new subscription, you'll have to be separated. Okay, we've been getting some pop-ups on admin accounts at MFA. Okay. I'll cover MFA separately. I don't have a slide on it, but when I'm done, I can go over MFA. It's a great question. Okay, so back to new commerce experience. So if there's no corresponding NCE public sector product or there's only a donation version, what do we do? So if there is if there's not a corresponding product, there's two things here. One, check the retirement guide to see if that product is being retired and you have to move to a new product at your renewal. The retirement guide is in our newsletter, so Bandit or anybody on the back end, this may be a great time to drop in the newsletter into the chat so everybody can access that if they're not familiar with the newsletter we write. And then if there is not an offer, then you'd have to move to a new product that's similar. If it's being retired, I should say, sorry. If there's not an existing offer and it's not being retired, it actually will stay on on legacy for the time being. That's a great question. So I've seen several clients on Office 365 E3. Does the end of sale mean that I can't sell any more licenses? No. So what this means, if you're on Office, so back to this slide, and apologies, I know we're kind of jumping around, but I think it's really important. So end of sale means you can't sell net new anymore with Teams bundled in the Office 365 product. So you can continue to sell E3, however, you'll have to purchase Teams separately going forward after October 1st. So again, the end of sale is for the bundled version that includes Teams. Going forward, you can still sell your Office 365 products or M365 products, just Teams will be separate. All right. Last but not least on the public sector for NCE is that if you're earning incentives on this, you'll no longer earn incentives after March 1st. So it means any products that you have on legacy that have not migrated starting March 1st, you won't earn incentives and rebates on them. So it's good to also keep that timeline in mind. If you're a heavy incentives and rebates earning partner, you'll want to make sure you transition before then, even if your subscriptions have not hit their renewal date. Okay. Real quick, we'll go back one more time and then I'm going to move forward. We have a question. Can you confirm what product sets specifically are impacted? So again, it's going to be these Microsoft 365, E3, E5, Office 365, E1, E3, E5, right? Your enterprise SKU. So if you have business products, which is business basic, standard, premium, or frontline worker products, which is the F SKU, those will not be impacted. So just know, again, it's those enterprise SKUs that will be impacted. All right, we're going to move on. If you have questions, still pop them in the chat. I can answer them on the back end when I'm done presenting. Keep them coming. I just want to move on with the content to ensure that we're able to get through everything today. This is just a reminder that Pax8 does engage in the partner-to-partner transfer tool. This process is still currently in pilot, meaning you have to engage your account manager at Pax8 to be able to start the process. But once you engage the account manager, you'll be able to submit a request if you need to move a subscription to Pax8. If you need to move a subscription away from Pax8, also engage your account manager and they'll walk you through what those options are as well. And again, I'm not going to go over this slide in detail. We've been talking about it for a few months now, but also just want to make sure that you're aware that we do offer this in the channel space. CSP data quality enhancements, this is also just a reminder, but a really important one. Please, please, please make sure that you're checking your partner center regularly and you're checking your notification center regularly as well. Microsoft is going through and auditing partner centers to make sure that their company information does match what's been submitted to Microsoft. And so this is name, address, really anything that has to do with your legal business information. If they find that you have recently made a change to your legal business information and it doesn't match what is in Partner Center, they will audit you and basically put you on notice for suspension. And so if you do get a verification email or you see that you're in a verification state under your legal settings, go ahead and contact your account manager right away. We can walk you through what you need, but essentially you will have to re-provide your business information and it will have to match literally like character by character, space by space in Partner Center in order for you to be verified. If Microsoft cannot verify you in the time frame they've given you, then your account will become non-compliant and they can terminate it, meaning you will no longer be able to sell Microsoft. We do not want this to happen to you guys, so please, the biggest thing here is just to check your Partner Center regularly and make sure that you have a green check mark and under your legal status and you don't have a red X, which means that you've been selected for verification. I see Kristen's on here, but I also see a question in the chat, so I'm going to answer that real quick. Does the global admin get these notifications? Yes, the global admin is the one that will get these notifications. So please have your global admin check. Kristen, was that your question?
It sure was.
Okay.
Thank you.
I have the chat up. I'm monitoring it while we're going through it. Okay. October 1st, Dynamics will be getting a price increase. It's on average 10 to 14% across all currencies. I know this is listed in USD right here, or sorry, it should say USD. It has a dollar sign, but it should say USD on the slide. If you are selling Dynamics, again, effective October 1st, any new subscription will be impacted by the price increase. Any existing subscription will be price locked until its renewal. So when it comes up for renewal, then it will hit the price increase. And so just want to make sure you're aware. Pax8 did send out a notification around this last week, just as a reminder. And again, this information has been provided in the monthly newsletter that we send out as well. So just make sure you go and review it. And then we'll have official pricing for all regions live in our platform starting October 1st. So you'll be able to see when Microsoft releases the other currencies outside of USD. So great question in the chat. Real quick, I'm going to go back before I hand it over to the Copilot reward program. Oh, thank you, Kristen, for going back one slide as well. Are these confirmed prices or estimated prices? Microsoft published these prices, but know that Microsoft always reserves the right to change their pricing at any time. And so I would highly recommend checking the pricing in our marketplace or our platform on October 1st. And if you are an active seller, just engage your account rep and they can walk you through the pricing as well. We can provide you pricing on October 1st and bulk if we need to. So you have that in whatever currency that you are selling in. And then additionally, oh, thanks. Somebody on the back end. You're so nice. They said, I do not have to apologize for something trivial as not putting USD on a slide. I appreciate that. Thanks for the just kind words, but we should be holding ourselves to a high standard and making sure we're providing you the absolute most accurate information. So I appreciate it, but I would like to be able to have that on the slide. Okay, I'm gonna just one quick thing that I want to talk about MCA before we go on to Copilot Reward Program. All other questions I'll answer in the back end. So Microsoft Customer Agreement. You may be getting notifications that your customer agreements need to be updated. And they have to be updated through Pax8. You cannot update them yourself because we attest on behalf of you and your customer. There will be some more information coming out about this in the next couple of weeks, so stay tuned. And we are actually going to be delaying the newsletter. It's supposed to go out this week, and so we will include that information in the newsletter so you have it. So we won't send out the newsletter without that information this week. But essentially, Pax8 is working on a way for when you log into the customer to be able to submit a new request, whether it's a quantity change, product change, new order. It will pop up saying when you complete this order, you will be accepting the new Microsoft customer agreement for your customer. And then additionally, if you have a renewal, we'll make sure that happens on the renewal as well. So again, we've got you covered. More information to come, but great question. Thanks for asking it. And with that, keep your questions coming. I'll answer them on the back end, but I would love to hand it over to Kristen and talk about the Copilot Rewards Program, especially because you can get some of those new internal use right benefits, right, to start learning how to sell Copilot in January. And there's also some training in the Microsoft training days to also learn how to sell Copilot as well. So Kristen, with that, I'll hand it over to you, and thanks everybody for joining us today and listening to me talk about programs.
Awesome. Thank you, Ashley. Good stuff. I do want to say that there is also a Q&A session at the very end. So post your comments, whether we answer them on the back end now or we save them later for the Q&A. We'll make sure that you get your questions answered. So Copilot Reward Program. I'm really excited about this because Copilot, M365 Copilot to be specific, this is a new selling cycle for all of us. So really wanted to make sure that we are not only incentivizing you, but you're able to do what's right for you and your business. So we got a couple different things here. So let's start on this gray box. We're going to start in the top section. This is the Pax8 partner rebate. So this is from us at Pax8, something that we are providing for you as partners. This is a 1 month free program. So this is a value of $30. I want to make sure that we are very clear that partners need to sign up to be part of this program. So if you sign up, we'll make sure that the landing page is in the chat for you. I'm sure Bandit's probably already on it. We'll make sure that the landing page is in the chat, but you have to sign up to be part of this program. And as long as you meet all the terms and conditions, which we'll go over here in just a moment, we are going to give you a statement credit in February for however many seats that you've sold, as long as they meet the requirements. So it's a 12-month term. They've got to be on a net new subscription line. There's a couple of things that need to be checked off, but overall, we want to make sure that you as partners, you have this rebate. If this is something that you are going to use internally to make sure that you're providing professional services, or whether you pass this on, this is totally up to you as a partner. So that is a Pax8 rebate. I'll go over terms and conditions here on the next slide for that specifically, but I do want to also talk about the Microsoft promotion. Now, this is directly from Microsoft, and this is going to be on 10 plus seats. So if you are purchasing 10 seats on a net new line item order, you could be eligible for this 15%. So there are Microsoft terms and conditions. We'll make sure that you have that, but that's that AKA link that you see right there, and that's your full FAQ. So all the information, but this is automatic. So you're not waiting on the rebate for this one. This is automatically going to run through our API, and you're going to get this discount. So we're trying to make sure that you as partners know about all these great offerings. So please make sure you take advantage of those. Both of these programs in gray, they will run from September 1st through the end of the year. So you have a good running timeline to be able to either close some deals that you already have in your pipeline, or if partners are, and customers are saying, maybe it's a little too expensive for me. Now we've got some great options for you as partners to be able to either knock down that price and make it a little bit more accessible to your customers. Now, for you partners, we've made a couple of resources. So these are going to be located in Academy. And we totally understand this is a new way of working. This is a new business for you, is selling Copilot AI. Want to make sure that you have all the support you need. And with that, we wanted to put together a sample of professional services that you as a partner can offer to your end customer. So when you go to Academy, there's an editable PowerPoint link, and you can adjust the dollar amount, the colors, you can adjust what you're going to include. And at the end of the day, we want you to be able to go to your end customer and say, hey, for 10 licenses, it's going to be a total price of this. And here's all of the inclusions that I'm going to provide for you. And that way you're selling a full package service instead of just the licensing costs. All of that is available to you directly through Pax8 Academy. So please make sure you check that out. But if you have any questions on any of this, please reach out to your account team. So I will just call out one more time. You do have to register to get the actual rebate from Pax8. And so the Copilot Reward Program FAQ, you've got your opt-in link. This is for North American and EMEA partners only. APAC partners, I know you have a different program that is being run in your area. For right now, this is going to be North American and EMEA only. But the the Microsoft Direct promotion, everybody. So the Pax8 rebate, this is going to be North American and EMEA only right now. Qualifying purchases, they've got to be live. You can't cancel them within the 7-day NCE window. So it's got to be the full 12-month term. With that being said, it does have to be on the net new subscription. So if you have any questions on that, please just reach out to your account team. They're ready to support you. I did say this is going to be paid out in February. So if you purchase these licenses today, as long as they meet the requirements, the terms and conditions of Pax8, you've signed up, you've done all of that. In February, you're going to get that statement credit. We're going to let this go all the way through the end, and then we're going to tally up everything, and you're going to get that one lump sum. This is from the 1st of September all the way through the 31st of December. So lots of stuff coming your way. And then at the bottom, I did include just some additional, FAQ readiness guide and the getting started offer that are from Microsoft Direct as well. So lots of good stuff coming your way on Copilot. But with that, I am excited to introduce Caleb Lackey talking about all things Azure today. Good morning, Caleb. How are you?
Hey, good morning, Kristen. Thank you so much. Let me go ahead and take over the screen share.
Awesome. That looks great. You are off and going.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Hello, everyone. My name is Caleb Lackey. I'm the Azure Program Manager here at Pax8, covering the North America region, but I have some really great updates for Pax8 as a global company as well. So wanted to start with just talking about the Azure journey with Pax8. Of course, we have some amazing opportunities that we constantly drive towards through you with your customers and everything on growing that Azure opportunity. So I wanted to talk a little bit more about that today and what the market holds, as well as some really great enablement programs to get started with that are really great to get plugged into. So first, discussing that market opportunity. And so we've linked a few studies here on just like the trajectory of where cloud computing is heading with the market. As we all know, like technology just continues to grow, and the opportunity for that globally is just incredible. We've seen a lot of data coming from like a lot of the Copilot and AI trends, but just kind of backing up a little bit, just talking about cloud computation and everything, and just moving towards the just cloud data centers and everything. So looking at the public cloud growth, global cloud computing market is expected to grow from 676 billion to 2.2 trillion by 2032. This study is about a 10-year span here with a compound annual growth since 2022 of 14%. So an incredible opportunity. I know like we talk about cloud a lot. We service cloud a lot, and there's still a huge amount of opportunity, especially in the small business, where we can impact growth in the cloud. And so there's still a lot of work to be done, where a lot of things are moving to the cloud. We, can still look at that opportunity as customers needing to move off of their on-prem data centers and into Azure. Next, data growth. The global big data market is forecasted to grow from 103 billion by 2027. So an amazing opportunity here as well. When we look at data, going back to the Copilot conversation as well, Copilot and AI, there's a huge trend there, but when your data is not in the cloud, like how useful is it when you're looking at AI use cases and everything? If you don't have that organized and analyzed and everything, that data becomes a lot more powerful when you have a plan for it and it's on the cloud. So we look at that data estate and how to be ready for that. Next, security needs. Global cybersecurity market is projected to grow from 193 billion to 562 billion by 2032. Security is always, the first part of that conversation. It can work, it can scale, it can, be efficient, everything, but is it secure? So it's a huge topic that you should always be bringing up to your customers, and that's something that, with everything, being in the news with security concerns and everything, there's, constant attacks and everything, that this is often the first point of contact that you have with your customers, talking about how do we, secure our infrastructure and everything, how do we secure our data, and in this opportunity here, we just see a huge growth opportunity here also. The next modern innovations. The global AI market size is projected to reach near 1.4 billion in 2029. Once again, compounded annual growth rate of 20% in the 7-year span there. So with these studies here, just constantly highlighting not just technology, but cloud growth, data growth, security needs, modern innovations with Copilot, OpenAI on Azure and everything. There's a huge opportunity. I'll just continue to say that there's a huge market opportunity here. So it's important to understand where you sit with your customers and how to get them to transition to the cloud and the way that meets their business needs, their innovations and scaling that. So there's another quote here that I'll read from a Microsoft study off the Microsoft blog that focuses specifically on small and medium business size businesses here. So it says many SMB customers need partners to map to the right technology for their business strategy. So they're relying on partners to really align on their business needs and grow as a business. And so out of all of the SMBs out there, almost half of them rely on technology partners such as MSPs. 33% of them expect their MSPs to be proactive about bringing up solutions that can increase their business solutions there. So rather than coming to you and asking these questions, they expect you to be proactive about that. So this opportunity here, a lot of times customers don't really know where to start. And so it's our job to educate them and grow those solutions around those needs. So talking about how those needs can be met and that opportunity can be met with Azure. So I'll touch on a few pillars here, expanding service offerings. You can do that by utilizing Azure's wide range of services to offer more comprehensive solutions to your clients. This includes cloud migration, data analytics, AI, and machine learning services. Enhancing security, Azure provides, just went through there. Here we go. Once again, enhancing security. So Azure provides robust security features that you as MSPs can use to protect your clients' data with data and applications. So this includes services like Defender for Cloud, Microsoft Sentinel, which can help threat detection and mitigation. So important to know that when we're talking about these security solutions on Azure, that hybrid environments, multi-cloud environments are still able to be protected with these Azure solutions. So managing these in one central plane within Azure, there can be a lot of different use cases to have these solutions for your customers. So even if they still have some on-prem and they aren't able to move that fully to the cloud, they can still be secure with Azure and a great control plane for that. Next, improve scalability. So Azure scalability infrastructure allows MSPs to efficiently manage resources across different customer environments. This helps in handling varying workloads and scaling services up or down based on demand. So that scalability also goes down to efficiency and driving the right price for your customer. Increasing operational efficiency as well. So Azure offers tools like Azure Lighthouse, which helps you as MSPs to manage multiple customer environments efficiently. This includes simplified onboarding, proactive account management, and efficient tenant configuration as well. Next, driving innovation. A lot of this, anytime you see innovation or modernize infrastructure and things like that, a lot of times AI comes into focus here, especially with, like I said, the latest trends. So by leveraging Azure's advanced technology such as AI and big data analytics such as Fabric, MSPs can develop innovative solutions that meet their evolving needs of their clients. So there's a lot of really great solutions here. OpenAI on Azure, if you're able to build those solutions for your customers, can drastically increase efficiency and also drive down costs as well. And so we have the opportunity. We have some pillars here to grow your business with Azure specifically to meet that market opportunity. So it's kind of like, where do we even kind of get started? Do we just read these 5 pillars to our customers and hope that they sign on? Or like, what's the conversation that goes around that? A lot of you are experts at Azure, which is incredible. And you kind of have this rhythm down, but there's still a lot of work to be done on this market opportunity that isn't being reached yet. So I wish it was that easy where you could just read off these 5 pillars and then close some business here. But there's a lot of enablement and education that your customers might have to go through, as well as you as MSPs, in providing that conversation. So I'll take a quote off of my good friend Elliot Chandler, who's usually on this call. Don't sell Azure, but sell the solution. Provide the solution for your customers. They don't need to know the nuts and bolts about Azure. That's your job on what they're being expecting you to be proactive on meeting that solution, not reading off the nuts and bolts of Azure and how it works and everything, but being able to understand that and present it to make sure that you're meeting that need. So we've developed a program called Azure Kickstart. This is a global program that we run in each region. This is to help enable you as a partner to start from, that market opportunity, realizing it, understanding how to put in enablement and the practice there with our Pax8 Academy enablement here. So this is about a 2-month enablement path. So if you don't know anything about Azure, or you just have kind of been putting it off and you just don't know where to start with that market opportunity and those pillars that I mentioned earlier, this is an amazing opportunity for you to sign up at no cost. And I'll get to the links in just a moment on how to register for these. But first I wanted to dive into what content we're offering over these next 2 months. And so first, MSP 101 for Azure. This is specific for building a business practice. This could be sales leadership. This could be technical audience. Really great opportunity to understand the value-led selling. And so we plug into Cloud Ascent data and how to understand that market opportunity and operate as a successful MSP in the context of Azure and how to start that process. There's 2 sessions here with MSP 101 for Azure. And then we can kind of go into the Azure specific course, which is more heavy on the technical side on understanding the ins and outs of Azure. So this is a really great framework for any partner, any technical or sales-minded individual that you can get up to speed with not only that market opportunity, but starting with Azure 101, understanding the cloud journey, basic Azure architecture, how to price and everything like that, and cost-saving measures there. Then moving on to some more for the Azure 102, the more foundations of like covering a little bit more about like the performance and understanding redundancy, data management, desktops, and network security. So these are all tailored towards that. And then Azure 103, the final course there, will be cloud governance, Azure security backup essentials, monitoring, and cost management. All of these are instructor-led opportunities for you. The first MSP 101 for Azure is going to be 2 sessions. The next 3 sessions, at least in Americas, are each 4 sessions long. So this is looking at over a 2-month span of instructor-led training. Normally, you'd have to pay for training like this with Pax8 Academy, but we're offering this as the Azure Kickstart program. at no cost to you. So incredible opportunity to lean in there. So what does that look like for each region? So APAC, we just wrapped up a session here, and so we'll likely be starting that again soon. So more details to be on to be on the lookout for that. EMEA starts tomorrow. MSP 101 will start tomorrow. There's still time for registration. It's free. Still room for that. So make sure if this is something that you're interested in EMEA to go ahead and register for that. And the links will follow in just a moment. Next, North America, starting next month, October 1st, we'll start our MSP 101 for Azure. And then once you register for the Kickstart program, you're enrolled and details will follow with all of these sessions here. So whether you're, like I said, whether you're sales minded or technical minded, these sessions are kind of geared towards that holistic approach of uncovering that Azure opportunity, understanding it and how to approach that to and bring that to your customers so that they can see that as a solution for increasing their business goals and everything. So in meeting those needs. So you'll look for those links to register for free for those sessions. And with that, I think I'm going to turn it back over to Kristen, and I'll be in the chat to answer any questions.
Awesome, awesome. Great stuff, Caleb. Really excited for all things Azure. You know, and I love the Azure guys saying that, you know, don't sell Azure. It always throws me off a little bit, but it makes sense in the long run. So I'm really excited. We're going to start a series about Pax8 Marketplace and all the things that we are innovating on our side. So before we hand it over to Miguel, we've got a quick video that we want to show. So let's check it out.
Digital transformations are changing our view of what's possible, what we can accomplish, and how far we can go. In the Pax8 Marketplace of the future, AI helps illuminate new opportunities, and your whole portfolio is within reach. You can go to market faster, work more efficiently, and accelerate your success, all with an intuitive interface designed to scale as you scale. Infinite growth is possible in the new Pax8 Marketplace.
All right, infinite growth is possible. So with that, I am excited to hand it over to Miguel. Good morning, good to see you.
Thanks so much, Kristen. That is so exciting. I don't know if I can honestly do any better than that awesome video. It gives me chills. But thank you so much for the opportunity to, oh, go ahead.
No, I love that video. I think it really sets the stage for all the things that you were going to cover with us. So feel free to share your screen. I think you have a live demo I'm really excited for.
Yeah. So I'm excited to, sort of reintroduce the marketplace. Let me just share my screen real quick. And, for those of you out there that maybe aren't quite, convinced into the new experience yet, hopefully I can nudge you in that direction and show you all the exciting things and how they come together in this new marketplace. So I'm Miguel, product manager here at Pax8, and my colleagues and I have been hard at work at, taking just tons of feedback and innovation and, bundling it all together to bring you this experience that is really designed to work together, for your business. So where do I even begin without getting too in the weeds? I guess let's just talk about the marketplace itself, entry point. Here you have, beautifully redesigned.
Sorry, 1 second. I think it is frozen on our side. I don't have your screen quite yet. Will you try to reshare one more time? Unless it could just be me.
Unshare yours and I'll share mine.
Perfect.
How about now?
I'm waiting. See, anticipation.
All
right, I have your content.
Something's always got to go.
Perfect. We are up and going. Off to you. Thank you.
Awesome. Thanks for the patience there. So yeah, where was I? Thoughtful reimagining of, obviously the operational efficiency that you come to expect from the Pax8 platform. We've taken all of those workflows and really thought through how to reorganize them in ways that we can help guide you through the journey, from client management, subscription management, beautifully redesigned catalog that is just more dynamic and just really just helps you as partners to sell better, work better, be more efficient. Opportunity Explorer, what can I even say there? Like, it's such a powerful tool, and the beauty of Opportunity Explorer is that it's really meant to be infused throughout the whole experience, right? So not just a standalone product. This is really meant to be a place for discovery and insights, and you'll find that, all of this is going to get sort of like spread out through the journey as you start in the beginning, have all these resources available to you, insights, actionable pieces of information, everything just at your fingertip to, accelerate revenue growth, build a loyal customer base, keep operations quick and nimble. So I know we've kind of thrown a lot of different products out there, but really, truly, the beauty is that they all come together holistically just to make that journey so much more enjoyable and so much more efficient. What more can I possibly say? It really has been like a true, like, melding of the minds, like taking our, awesome partner ecosystem, collective wisdom, pulling that all together to analyze trends, to, really help, discovery just, happen, naturally and holistically. So, yeah, I don't know what more I could say at this point. Bringing Academy resources, like, for example, we've been talking so much about Copilot and selling Copilot, and, really giving our partners the opportunity to learn the product. We have so many awesome resources available through Academy, help you sell to your customers, and really do that with, any product available through the catalog today. Curate those solutions, really build that stack that you want to sell, publish to storefronts, get your self-service portal stood up so that your clients can really just see everything that you as the partner has to offer, and make it a very curated experience. So as with anything, it's an evolving product. It's based on feedback. I feel like oftentimes users think that their feedback and suggestions and comments go into a black hole, but we're here on this other side, and we're taking it all in. We're really wanting to see what works for you, how we can make it better, continuously improving, continuously evolving. So expect to see lots of great, enhancements, continued enhancements to this great suite of products, as we go on this journey together. And that's why, like, I really would love to encourage everyone to just dive in, click through, use the product as much as possible. The more engagement the marketplace has, the better it gets. So really built for you, based on all your great feedback and all your engagement. So, yeah, I mean, I'd love to hear, if there's any questions or if there's anything I can demystify. New client management workflows that we've infused, again, with, as much information as we can surface about your business to help you make better decisions, drive better outcomes, increase revenue, all in the name of progress. So
no, this is super, super exciting. So there's a question that came in. It was asking about, so when you make a storefront, they can put their own sort of professional services on it, or what does that look like from the partner? Are they just placing items, or can they actually curate packages?
You can curate packages. Yeah, you can, you come to this dashboard. There's multiple storefronts, so you can even, curate by segments. So the idea is, yep, you put in your products. And I don't think this is a feature that is available right now for professional services, but it's something we're working towards. But it will be, your suite of offerings, not just your tech stack, but everything else that you as the MSP offer. And once published, that'll be directly available to your customer base. You'll be able to enable that for anybody by segment as well.
Excellent. And so we have a question from Daniel saying, For the product catalog, is there any way to get the partner cost and the client pricing for the annual, monthly, and monthly on the same dialogue or screen as the SKU? He's saying that having to click through separate pricing screen is kind of a pain, and most of the time the cost, the pricing is all that people are really looking for.
Yeah, well, I can tell you that that's heard loud and clear. I'll take that feedback back.
Excellent. Perfect stuff. Excellent. Anything else you want to cover with us, or are we gonna hold out for next month when you bring us more?
You know, this is the high level. There's so many fun and exciting things about each one of these products that we've released that I could dive into. But I think in future segments we'll do a deeper dive on each one of them. I don't think I could do it justice in one segment since there's so much to cover. But yeah, again, I can't stress enough, use the new marketplace, give us feedback. We're absolutely listening. We're absolutely taking that in and, iterating on all the great suggestions. So we're listening. We want to make the product better for you. So
awesome. Excellent. Well, I am excited about this new segment that we are going to add in. Miguela, thank you for making your debut on our Microsoft Monthly Update.
Yeah,
so we are excited for the continuation. All right. Thanks, girl. All right. We are shifting over to our special vendor guest from Office at Work. Martin, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you. I'm just waiting for the camera to actually do what it should do. Yeah, there we are.
Perfect. Good to see you. Well, I'm excited to have you on. I know you're going to go over Template Chooser today. We'll pop this link in the chat for people to review later on, but feel free to go ahead and share. I think that you also have some live demos for us as well.
Absolutely. Let me just start sharing my screen. So as I am let me just, so should be sharing. Is sharing working?
It sure is. Looks great.
Excellent. So as this is my first time on this call, and most of you don't know anything about Office at Work, I will just quickly give a quick overview and then dive deep into the Template Chooser. So our mission is to empower brand communication, making sure that people within an organization appear in the market homogeneously and kind of tell and sell the same story, and that can be a challenge without tools or help. And for that, we created a wide variety of tools that are all based on Microsoft 365. So everything you see is modern architecture, works with all the modern apps, it's cross-platform, and it lives in the cloud, and it utilizes the customer's Microsoft 365 subscription to the fullest. And the list of applications is fairly big. So I'll stop now with my non-live demos. That was just as an introduction, and I'll go straight into the different applications, and then, as I said, go deeper with the Template Chooser in the end. So the first one I'm going to introduce is the Image Chooser. Now, the Image Chooser is something where if an organization has a set of images they use over again, that could be their products, their employee photos, if it's a consulting company, whatever is image, what you would place into the Image Chooser, and the user can then have a simple icon in, for instance, in this case it's PowerPoint, to call up this Image Chooser, then just select the shape and click on the image they want. Let's say they want the CEO in a meeting, click on here, and the image then gets inserted into that shape into PowerPoint. This app is available across many hosts, so you have it in Word, Excel, PowerPoint, Outlook, and OneNote. That's one if you have images. If you have entire slides, we have the slide chooser here. So let's say between slide 1 and 2, you want to insert your team slide. Boom, that's in my current presentation now. And after the team slide, I may want to insert my market numbers. Or I've heard that the finance department has got some finance numbers I can share here. And as you just witnessed, I have multiple libraries options. So I can have this is in charge, for this library, maybe the corporate communications is in charge. And for this library, my finance department is in charge. And if I want my latest finance numbers, I just click where I want to have it, maybe at the end, and then click on the chart and it gets inserted. So that was the slide chooser. Next, I would like to show you products that we have in email. So this is a Outlook email. We're looking at an email signature here, and I've just created a new email. The email signature got popped in. I'm now going to add a few recipients. So I'm going to add Roman, and I'm going to take Roman Stalder from a different company. And you will see that now this email is going to an external guy. Therefore, the email signature stays at the full with all the details. If I now choose Roman as an internal guy, so I'm sending an internal email, automatically the signature gets reduced, so that your internal emails don't get clogged up with a lot of marketing messages, which you do want to send as soon as it goes external. The next thing I'd like to show you is a different app add-in. It's the content chooser within Outlook. So it could be that you're composing an email and you're looking for specific content. I'm going to choose here, for instance, the vision statement. Now, this is pure text, therefore it's just inserted where my cursor was, but I can also do a little, what shall I say, a little more formatted stuff like a meeting arrangement. And if I insert here, if I click here, I get this here inserted, then I just double click the yellow pieces to replace them with what I need to replace them with. So that's the content chooser. It also supports attachments. If I click on a PDF, for instance, that PDF just gets attached. So no more, what do I, where do I find like templates for emails, or where do I find attachments? They all live in the content chooser. So the next thing I'm going to show you is a bit more complicated or a bit more challenging. These are dynamic templates. For instance, I have here a letterhead, and the wizard is a tool for the user to personalize that letterhead to his needs. We have here an organization. If I click on that, I get a list of organizations that we support or that we have in our organization. If I click on a different one, you'll see pieces of the letterhead will change. Well, that was very clever. I clicked on the same one. I should click a different one, and then you will see that my artwork changes, the logo changes, maybe even some legal statements down here changes. And once I'm happy, I can just click here and start writing my document. I may realize, oh, this is going to be a memo or invitation. So this type of document is going to be a memo. And you'll see that the word memo pops in at the right location with the right font and the right spacing. No need to know all the brand guidelines off by heart. We are taking care of that by dynamically putting together a document as you would wish. So those were just a few of the apps we have. But the app I want to go deeper into is the template chooser. Now, the template chooser solves the problem that if you start in an organization, you usually have no clue what documents to use as your base. So what happens, you search for templates, you might find them on the intranet, and then start using those. But then you go to Teams or to SharePoint, and maybe you don't have the templates there. So the template chooser is about making sure you have access to your branded templates wherever you are. That's why the template chooser exists in Word, and it allows you to click on a document, on a template, which then creates a new document. As we just had before, this was the letterhead, which is multilingual capable, and I'm just clicking on English, and down now you see what you have seen before. But let me show you the same in PowerPoint. So I'm calling
I do
up PowerPoint.
have one question, Martin,
Yep,
if you don't
quickly.
mind, if
Go
I
ahead.
jump in.
Yeah, sure.
Excellent. Daniel's asking, does the slides chooser slides actually reformat to the different templates?
They actually use a standard like copy-paste method that PowerPoint offers. So if you would copy-paste them and they would reformat based on the theme you're using, then fine. If you would copy-paste them and they don't reformat, then not. We are working on a product that's called Formatter, which is trying to address that we can enforce the format of where you're pasting it into or where it's been copied into, but we are still missing some APIs. But we're talking to Microsoft on many fronts, including PowerPoint, to improve the products in those areas. So actually, that was a very spot-on question.
Excellent.
I'll just go. If there's another question, can I continue?
No, please continue.
Okay, just chime in whenever you have another question. So the same in PowerPoint, the template chooser is available there. Of course, obviously, it will only show PowerPoint files. When I click on this, it will then open a new PowerPoint presentation of that template. You may have also noticed you can actually embed templates into, embed add-ins into templates. So these new documents can automatically pop up with add-ins already providing slides or images or the wizard. The next one I want to show you in Excel, which I guess by now you know the story. You just click on the worksheet and you get a new worksheet. Oops, it's opening up in a different window. You get a new worksheet of that type. But that used to be the world many years ago, and since we've got Teams and SharePoint, it's not quite the world anymore. That's why we also have the template chooser available in Teams. So I'm in Teams here. We have a template chooser as the personal app, which allows me to see all my templates. If I click on a template, it will then create a new document, and I can choose any location within my Microsoft 365 ecosystem to store this newly created document. If I am in a specific team and I install or deploy the template chooser channel app, then the template chooser will launch. It will look the same, but the difference is when you click on a template, the default location for this document will be actually the document library of that channel, making it super easy for users to create documents in the context of where they're working. Taking that forward, we've got the same thing in SharePoint. So if you're in SharePoint, any location, you can add the SharePoint app, and this will also allow you to pull up the template chooser, the same as you've seen so far. And when you then create a document, it will create that document in the exact location where you are currently. So if I would click on the memo here, it will go and save the memo at the location I am, including subfolders and so on. Then we also have the template chooser as a Microsoft 365 app. Again, it's similar to the Teams app, the personal app, where you click on it, and then you can choose where to save it within your entire Microsoft 365 ecosystem. We also have the template chooser for the browser, so any customer can go to templatechooser.officeatwork.com, get to the browser version on any device, anywhere globally, and click on the template. It will then, again, offer to save it into the Microsoft ecosystem on basically the Microsoft 365 subscription. But what I could also show you here, we also have the feature that you can do you can copy a link, so you can kind of deep link to a certain template. So if I love this template here, I can copy the link. I can go to an intranet page, a web page, a SharePoint page, and then just paste that link on the page where users can click on it, and it will take them directly to the template chooser browser and open up directly that specific template, allowing them to create a new document of that template. And last but not least, to go deep in the template chooser, we know there are many business applications out there. Just think of the Microsoft CRM ecosystem and so on. So we've created a iframe component which you can embed in your business applications, in your line of business applications, giving you the same templates available. And when clicking on a template, we will actually hand over the template to the embedding system. So we will hand it over to CRM, we'll hand it over to SAP, we hand it over to whatever system they are using. And we can even include data so that the embedding application can actually embed data via the template chooser, and that data will then be directly visible in the document that we've created. This currently only works for Word, but that's where it's most commonly wanted. So I went really fast through this. Maybe a few words on the configuration. We have an admin app, like Microsoft has an admin app. We have an admin app, and with this admin app, you go and configure all experiences. So for instance, the template chooser, you may ask yourself, where do, let me go back to the browser version. I click on the browser, on the libraries button, and you see all these library options. Where are these configured? Now for SharePoint, these libraries are configured here within the template chooser. You just add a library, you paste in the URL of the document library. You can even add translated names for the document library. You can choose in which applications the library should be visible. You can also guard the library with security groups or assign them to direct users so that only specific users see certain libraries. That way you can ensure the entire organization uses the same tool, but may have their own templates. And once that's done, the templates are actually stored in SharePoint. So let me just go to one of these libraries. Here they are. And if I want to upload a new template, I'll do this. I'll just go to this other location and let me just quickly open this file and call this is my new template. Okay, I'm just going to store it on my desktop where I opened it from. And I'm now going to publish this. So I just drag and drop it into SharePoint. And if you have versioning activated, if you have check-in, check-out activated, all these features work for you. You could even give it a title. You could even give it a title in different languages so that this file name would be shown in a different way to the users in the template chooser. And if I now go back to the template chooser, and I go to my enterprise library, I go to other, I already see this document. I can also prove this to you in Word. Sorry, I have to move my head. I have to find the icons on a different screen. So if I go to Word and I go to my enterprise library, go to other, I click on here, I already get my new document with this new file, with this new template I just published a few seconds ago. So again, think of the template chooser being an organization's hub where all the templates are. And with all the templates, I mean more than just the Office templates. You can put in here any kind of template you wish. And I will try to go to marketing. I think marketing has, for instance, a PDF template like a company brochure or an event invitation. So if I click on that one, I have the option to save that and then to open it. I'll say don't open and just download or open directly. And then if I open it here, I can fill it in if this were a form. I think I picked the wrong one, this one down here. The order form would have been the better example. So you can see you can fill this in maybe for frontline workers, making sure every kind of work type can find their templates in the template chooser. And again, keep in mind that the template chooser also runs in the browser and therefore can host any kind of file. Creative departments which may want to have their PowerPoint, not the PowerPoint, their Photoshop or InDesign templates, they can all be in here in one central location. So again, think of the template chooser as the peace of mind for people in an organization knowing where to go to find the most up-to-date templates, and the peace of mind for IT not having to create packages and sending out templates, and the peace of mind of template people that are responsible for templates, that they can just drag and drop the templates into the libraries to publish them. So I would say that was my speedy run through the template chooser and our apps. I'm hoping there are questions, or otherwise I'll happily return the
I think we have answered a couple. I also put in the YouTube link that you gave me so people can also go through that as well. But I love this product just for the standardization and just watching you be able to click through so quickly and find all of the documents that you need is such a value. So thank you so much for spending your evening with us, Martin.
No worries.
All right.
So.
Excellent, excellent. So let's go ahead, talk about Pax8 mission briefing. Guys, there's one tomorrow. So if you're a local New Jersey partner, there's still time for you. So if you're local to New Jersey or you have a last minute way to go, we would love to have you. Please make sure you check out all of our Pax8 events because we have a ton of stuff coming up for all of you as partners. All right. The next event, Pax8 Bootcamp. We have a live Azure Bootcamp in Boston. So it is going to be on a Tuesday and Wednesday, September 17th and 18th. We still have a couple spots left. So please make sure you register. We'd love to have you there. There's going to be hands-on sessions. We've worked really hard on some in-person content for you. So really excited to kick this one off. All righty. Now, Copilot. We've talked a lot about Copilot. I think we will always talk about Copilot from this day and forever forward. But Copilot enablement sessions, please make sure you check those out. These are the North America specific ones, but there are regional ones for EMEA and APAC as well. We've got North America hands-on labs here. Lots of options coming up for you. So secure your Microsoft 365 tenant, Copilot for M365 admin, Azure Migrate, Azure Arc, all kinds of good stuff. We do have some global events here that are listed, from launch briefings, mission briefings, cybersecurity masterclasses. We've had some great feedback, so please make sure you check these out. We will post all the different regions event links in the chat. All righty. Shameless plug, I suppose, is going to be, we're taking a short break right now for Technically Unraveled, but we're about to relaunch it again. Really exciting. This has been a show that I've done for a little over, oh man, I guess we're coming up on 2 years. It's pretty crazy. So we are coming up really quickly here on doing this, and there's so many different topics that we cover. This is a podcast style session. It's 30 minutes that we do every week. And overall, we talk about all things Microsoft, talk about Microsoft complementary vendors. So we have other vendors kind of like Martin that will come on, and we talk about how does that integrate into your Microsoft ecosystem. I just did a really great session with Libby a couple of weeks ago where she also talked about the marketplace. That's a great one to make sure you want to check out. But not only that, on our Pax8 YouTube page, all of the Microsoft monthly updates that we have done, we always upload them there as well. So make sure you go to youtube.com/Pax8Cloud. You've got Technically Unraveled as a show weekly. You've got Matt Lee and Dom Kirby who do a cybersecurity one. And then we have our Academy team who does a 1-hour show as well. Lots of stuff for you guys. All right, I'm going to leave this up for just a moment so you could either take a screenshot or you can figure out what links that you might need as resources. Overall, I know we cover a lot of stuff on this event, but want to make sure that you have all of the resources that you need. All right, last one. We are over to Q&A. I think we've been answering a lot of these questions as we've gone. But I feel like she's going to know I'm going to toss it to her because she was answering some questions in the back end, even after her session was done. Ashley, any key themes on questions that we just want to make sure we clarify before we go today?
Yeah, so I forget who it was who answered or asked a question in the chat, but I published it around, the question was around, can you just re-explain what SKUs are impacted come October 1st that will no longer have Teams. And I threw in a FAQ, which I think is a great resource, and then clarified that this is only for enterprise SKUs. So nonprofit actually is not impacted, neither is education, government, and then additionally the business and frontline SKU. So I can always throw that back in the chat as well. But just to clarify, the only SKUs that are impacted are your enterprise products. So the E-suites, that's the Office 365 E-suite and the M365 E-suite. So when all else fails, check out the FAQs, and I learned something new today as well. So
Awesome.
that one. What else did we talk about? I think that was like the biggest thing in the teams behind chat that you guys submitted were just around explaining that debundling and what that means. So again, if you don't remember, anything that's already existing before October 1st, you're grandfathered in. You can quantity increase. When you renew, you'll be able to keep Teams as well. So anything that is a net new subscription that you place an order for enterprise after October 1 will have to be purchased separately with Teams.
All righty, excellent stuff. Thank you so much, Ashley. With that, I want to thank you so much for being here today. If you have any other questions, please reach out to your account team. We are happy that you joined us. And other than that, make sure you register so that way for the upcoming events, you are always available. And other than that, if you're not able to make it, make sure you check out our YouTube. We'll see you next time, everybody.